Hello, this is Ebony of BlackFemmeBeautyTaro, and I am back here to do an energy reading for air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, Sun, Moon placements only. I normally do a few other placements, but we're just focusing on air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, and Moon placements. So we're asking today why you weren't chosen in any regard, whether it be work, love, life, whether you didn't choose yourself. Messages for air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Why you weren't chosen, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Why you weren't chosen. Messages, Sun and Moon placements in the physical. Thank you. We're starting out with 2 cards. Air signs, controlled and manipulated. I should say, while I was prepping for this video, getting in the zone of air sign energy, I kept hearing Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, and then Sagittarius popped up too. But Capricorn kept ripping. I'm like, that's not Gemini. What is going on, child? Anyway. So, first card out, controlled and manipulation. Why you weren't chosen. First card out, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, controlled manipulation. If you're new here, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine, and we all have masculine and feminine energy, no matter our gender nor how we identify. So we also have graduate. And this card came out. I'm not going to turn this over yet. I'm going to get into these first. So what is this for air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius? Why they weren't chosen? I'm hearing because you didn't choose yourself. Some of y'all like, I didn't choose myself. What you mean? I choose myself. I put me first. I nurture me. I take care of me. Yeah, you do. However, some, in order, you feel, air signs, in order for you to put yourself first and choose you, you have done some manipulation and some controlling, some omitting, some not being forthcoming, some withholding in order to tip the scales to what you call balance the outcome in your favor. That's the part that you're not saying, you know. And some people have been able to read between the lines. Let's talk about those people. This is giving dominant feminine energy here. Those people that were able to read between the lines. Yeah, some were worried about you. And then we have this karmic child. Some were here to teach you a lesson. So some were worried about you, concerned, like, okay, I know they lying. I know that's not it. Why are they doing that? Like, you know what I mean? And some were here to teach you a lesson. They may be a karmic child themselves, come from a karmic child. And if you come from a karmic child, you are a karmic child, right? That doesn't mean you move and low vibrations, right? But you were created by parties that were not in alignment, that were not vibrating at a certain space, unless your sole purpose is to bring karma, because some people, that's they shit and they know it, but there's still integrity involved. We're talking about you weren't chosen because you didn't choose yourself due to your lack of integrity and how you were moving as a karmic child. Yourself, and you did this controlling and manipulation, or you were involved in it to attain, with the intention of choosing yourself. But I'm hearing verbatim, you know that it was low down, you know that it was deceitful. So this is controlled and manipulation that may be happening for you. You feel like it's happening for you now, that you've been manipulated and you've been controlled at times unbeknownst to you. But it's just even like, what you give is what you get. So this is why you weren't chosen, because you didn't choose yourself. Some of y'all feeling like I had to move like that. And at a point in time, maybe you did in survival mode. But it's like you say you want to live. You trying to live. You trying to inspire, inspiration, motivation, innovation. And it's just like, I get the reasoning why you feel like you're justified, right? You know, and a means to an end and helping you help yourself, you know, but at this day and age, and when I say at this day and age, it's somewhat of the era that, or the times we're living in now in 2026, but some of this is like, you have learned tremendous, heinous lessons in moving like this. You know it's not good. You know it's not in alignment. Give me more on this person that is now doing the manipulation and control towards air signs, or they feel that they are. But the root cause of this is healing. Why you manipulated and controlled, and why you weren't chosen, and why now you're feeling you're being manipulated, or you have been manipulated and controlled. Like, this is why you're like this. And it's just like, I get it. It is what it is. But it's just like, that's not an excuse any longer in this day and age and at your big ass age. Healing needs to be done. You need to heal. They need to heal. Because I feel like I said, some out here, their purpose. You know, I'm hearing they're ordained, that they're supposed to bring karma. They're supposed to do that. This is not your purpose though. But you did this air signs control the manipulation to the wrong person, and it's due to everybody is the wrong person, because it's not cool. But it's giving you had signs not to try them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's a life lesson, both parts. And in some situations, it may have happened for them and not to them. But some people, they're here to rain down. How are you feeling? What's being rained down now for air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius? I feel like what you feel like is being manipulated and controlled. You feel like you're being taken from. Theft. Sabotage, siphoned. It was in reverse, but I'm reading this in the upright. What is this for air signs? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm hearing, but you're the one taking. But you were given the benefit of the doubt. And some of y'all, it's like you got a hole in your pocket. This is about childhood trauma, right? And I mean, being a karmic child, it's you don't necessarily have to have had major childhood trauma. Being born to two people out of alignment, low vibes. You don't have to necessarily have to deal with trauma, right? I mean, because you already have, you know, for lack of a better term, we'll say the mark of a karmic child, right? So you may not have had to deal with much trauma upon being born. It was like already imprinted on you from your parents. But it needs to be healed because there's a hole in your pocket and you feel like you're being taken from, you're being siphoned from. And it's just like, maybe you are due to coming against the wrong one. But this is what you've done. It's giving karma. Karma could be good, bad, or ugly. It's like what you give. What you gave is what you're being given. All right. What is this graduate here? It's time to level up. Some of y'all are on the course, you're on the path, you're in the classes, you're doing this and you're doing that, but you're trying to evolve and to heal and to level up at your pace, right? But the autonomy isn't there. You know, sometimes you follow until you can lead, right? Until you can get that leadership, that autonomy over yourself. But some are just following air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and they don't want the leadership. They want to be able to place blame. It's like they want to stay in this child energy of not having to be responsible for themselves or for anybody else. And this may be trigger warning, a survival tactic due to some triggering of trauma, but this is deep trauma. This is like it's generational. So we have new love coming soon. This is loving yourself, though. I know it's two people here, but this is giving your masculine and your feminine energy. This is loving yourself, right? You got the cherubs and all of that stuff, but this is like loving yourself. What needs to happen in order for them to graduate, for air signs to gain leadership and autonomy over self and to be chosen by themselves first, and then whatever else after that? Because I feel like you have a purpose too, and you have an idea of what it is, but it's not fully realized, it's not fully clear. But there are more times than not you're not fully clear on anything, and that's not a diss, right? That's just a fact. Sometimes you ruminate, you overthink, you turn it over, you thinking to the point where there is no action, but that is action too. You know, no action, no response, no answer, no contact is still an answer. And you know, there's like reading into it, but then also it is what it is. Check the history. What needs to be done? You need to release this energy. This is what it is. Release this toxic and heal this energy. Break through. Breaking the ice. You need to get at this double time. So like I say, some of y'all are taking the class, you're in the this, you're going to therapy, but you need to add something else to it. Not to say that what you're doing is not working, but you have to go deeper. And some are not ready to go deep, and that's okay. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you some insight and clarity. If you don't want to go deep, understood. And even if it's not understood, it doesn't even matter. That's what you're choosing, and you got your free will. But with that being said, right, you will, you know, people remain unchosen. You will remain unchosen until you choose yourself. Shit. This is resonating. For me, for you, for them. I just feel like everybody could relate to this. Because like I said, this control and manipulation, some of it may not have been intentional. It was survival mode. What you don't know, you know, you'll be forgiven for. But like I said, at this big age, at your big age, at our big age, whatever that age is, because this is an adult channel, 18 plus and up, right? Whatever that age is, this energy is saying that you know better. Some shit, maybe you don't know better on everything, but some shit you should not be doing anymore. You have the means, you have the resources to do better, to have better, to receive better. You have to trust yourself. Step out on faith. Step out on faith in you. You believing in everybody else, believe in you. All right, so I'm going to extend this, and in the extended video, I'm going to post the links for that in the description box. We're going to talk about, what the blockages are. What are the blockages? What are the blockages that's causing you not to choose you? And what, if anything, is hidden? Getting how to get help. I'm trying to think what else we need to get into. We're going to start with that, but we'll see what else comes out. Because this is what you want. And doing the work will get you here. And some of this that you did, you felt like it would get you here. But it's not the harvest you want. Maybe you don't have all the seeds that you sowed. You know, maybe this theft is due to improperly sowed seeds along with this. Because even if you say, well, I'm done, I don't move that way anymore, and that, I feel like that's a little bit of delusion. You still have to course correct. You know, you still have to course correct. All right, so this is where we end your viewership of this energy for air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comments. And if you would like a personal reading, the information to schedule that will be below in the description box. Thank you, air sign.